everyone, it's BuilderBro07 again. Welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to be talking about an introduction to MyBlocks and what they are, why to use them, and how to create them. These MyBlocks are very important if you're running some longer programs or even if you're in FLL, First Lego League. Lesson objectives are to learn how to make custom blocks in the Ev3 software, aka MyBlocks, and learn why a MyBlock is useful, and how to construct one with inputs and outputs parameters. And this new feature mentioned in this lesson are available in version 1.3 of both the Home Edition and Education Edition of the LEGO Mindstorm software, and update it if you're not running this version. So what is a MyBlock? A MyBlock is a combination of one or more blocks they can create that can be grouped into a single block. For example, let's pull up the LEGO Mindstorms app to see more about MyBlocks. So let's say I have this variables and I want to make this all into one single block, and that will save lots of time, but I don't know how to do it. Well, that's where MyBlocks come in handy. MyBlocks can make all of that program into one single block, which is very useful. So let's go on and make some more MyBlocks. So MyBlocks are basically your own custom blocks, and once a MyBlock is created, you can use it in multiple programs. And just like any other block in Ev3, MyBlocks can have both inputs and outputs. And the two blocks above are examples of MyBlocks, and they look like these. And move inches tell the robot to move the number of inches we input. So inch, so it says 10 inches, and then the speed is 70. And turn degrees tells the robot to turn the amount we input as well. So they're very useful, and they save you lots of time. When do you use a MyBlock? Whenever the robot is going to repeat an action inside your program, when code is repeated in a different program, and organize and simplify your code. And for FLL, First Lego League, if you're interested in doing that, you might need MyBlocks for line following, wall following, whatever you need to use. And it will save you lots of time and save you lots of effort. So why should you bother? Because of MyBlocks, your missions will look like this instead of this. And you might be thinking, that's not too much, but this is one single block per MyBlock. And that's easier. But let's say every MyBlock is like 5. So that'll be 5 times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That'll be 30 blocks instead of 6. So it makes your code easier to read and easier to modify. And what makes a useful MyBlock? Note, making MyBlocks with inputs and outputs can make them far more useful. However, you need to be careful not to make the MyBlock too complicated, which is not good. Question, look at the list of 3 MyBlocks below. Which one do you think are useful to use? Move 5 centimeters. Move the robot 5 centimeters. Move centimeters with the centimeter and power input. Move centimeters with centimeter, power, angle, coast, /rig, etc. inputs. Like this one's really complicated, like the last one. And this one might be used, but not too often. But because it's only used 5 centimeters, and this one will be used the most because you can change the centimeters and the power input. And this one is too complicated, as you see. There's so many different options. And as you see here, 5 centimeters may be used often, but you will be forced to make other MyBlocks for other distances. And it's not fixable because you cannot change the distance of centimeters. And move centimeters with centimeters and power as inputs is probably the best choice. And the last one, with centimeters, post, power, blah might be most comfortable, but some of the inputs might never be used, which is not good. So let's try to make a MyBlock now. So step 1, highlight blocks. For this lesson, our goal is to move a desired amount of rotations at the desired power and return at the ultrasonic value at the end. So step 1, select the 2 blocks in the code that you want to turn into a MyBlock. So let's copy this and put it in LEGO Mindstorms. So what we want to use first is we want to make the robot go forward using move steering at 50 power and 1 rotation. So third block, action tab, and it's just like that. And then we want ultrasonic block, yellow tab with move centimeters. So ultrasonic, which is right here, as you guys can see, third from right. And you want to click on it and drag it out, and that should be, let me see, that should be good. Yeah. And just leave it how it is. And then what you want to do is step 2. So step 2, we have to launch the MyBlock Builder, as you see right here. So A, go to Tools, MyBlock Builder. If you encounter an error, view the next slide. So you want to go to Tools and do all of this. So it looks like we click on Tools and then we click MyBlock Builder. So what we want to do is go to Tools and click MyBlock Builder. So Tools is right here for me. I have the Education Ev3 Student Edition. Yours might be a bit different, but we want to click MyBlock Builder. So as you see here, if you do not select it, it'll come up like this. So what you want to do first is select the 2 blocks that you want to do it, and then you want to do MyBlock Builder. And then this thing will come up with bunch of different shapes, objects, and lots of edit parameters you can create. So I see that comes up, and let's go and learn some more. So then you have to pick a MyBlock name. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna create a MyBlock name right now. So I'm gonna name mine Move Ultrasonic. Okay? So mine is called Move Ultrasonic. And then what we want to do is we want to add a description, like right here. So we first created the name, and then now we're gonna add a description of it. So we're gonna say moves 1 rotation straight forward at 50 speed. And then we're gonna say then has an ultrasonic block at the end. And your description can be different from mine. That doesn't really matter. Do what fits you. And then mine will look like that. Moves 1 rotation straight forward at 50 speed, then has an ultrasonic block at the end. And then we want to select an icon for the whole MyBlock. So icon you can choose out of here. And for mine, I am going to choose the same one they chose, or you can even switch it up and go ultrasonic. That's what I'm going to do actually. So as you see here, the icon will show up right there after we have everything. So we have the name, the description, and the icon, which you can choose different ones over here. And then what we want to do is we want to go back to the Ev3 lessons and continue. So now common error messages. So common error messages are you must be on a diagram with the selection to create a MyBlock. And this you need to highlight the blocks, which is what I did first. And then error 2, start blocks are not allowed in the selection when creating MyBlocks. Remove any start blocks from your selection and try making MyBlock again. Well, unhighlight the start block before going into the MyBlock builder, because for this part you accidentally probably highlighted the start block, which is not good. And if you continue to have any more trouble, you can always just select a single block in your program and create a MyBlock from it, and you can edit and add more blocks to a MyBlock at any time. And can even change the inputs and outputs of a MyBlock after creation, which is really useful. And step 3, add inputs and outputs. So we need to add 2 inputs and 1 output, so we click the plus button right here, as you guys can see right here, 3 times. And then we go back to the first parameter and go to parameter setup. So let's head on over and show you guys what it looks like. So you have to click it 3 times, 2, 3, and as you see there, we have to go to parameter setup, I believe. And let's see here. Yeah, we click on the first one, and then we go to parameter setup like so. And then what we want to do is we want to change the parameter setup. And by doing so, what we need to do is we want to do this. So go to parameter setup, which we had just done, and then we have to do all this stuff right here. So let's just do it slowly, one at a time. Pick a name. So let's just pick the same name they picked, power. Okay? And then we have, as you see here, I have listed as power right there. And then what we want to do is we want to change it back to input, which we just have. As you see there, we have it as input. And then we'll need to, power is a number, so see is right here, data type, number, and we have that as well, right there. And then we need to choose a default value. So a default value, and ours will be 50, or mine will be 50, yours can be different. And then what you want to do is you want to choose button style. By choose button style, it means like right here. So you want to choose a button style, and since they chose that one, you can choose the same thing or you can choose anything different. So let me go ahead and select that like so, and it'll pop up as min and max, as you guys can see there, but it also popped up for them. That means we are good. And min and max values are only available with slider. So then we want to scroll down and go to step 5. Step 5, set up parameter for rotation. So now we basically do all the same things over again, but now for rotation. So let's get making. So we have oops, no, not that. We want to click on the second one and click rotation. And then what we want to do is we want to click input again, number again, and we have those as well. And then what we want to do is we want to create a default value. Mine is going to be 2. So let's change that to 2. And we have right here, as you guys can see, we have the text input parameter style, and we're going to leave it like that. And so we have just finished rotation. So you have finished power, rotation, and now let's go to turn or ultrasonic. So let's do ultrasonic, and then so let me show you guys. Give me a second. We're gonna do ultrasonic right now. Now click on the third parameter and pick a name. Select output, and ultrasonic output is a number. So let's type it as ultrasonic, and then what you want to do is you want to parameter type. We have to use it as an output. So as you see here, I typed ultrasonic, and we want to change this to output. So then all this stuff disappears and the bottom stuff disappears. And then we want to change it to number, which is already it. And then it should look like this. So you have all three: power, rotation, and ultrasonic. And be sure to change this if you want according to your program. And this is just to make for this specific program. It will change for every other program. So yeah. And then let's go on to the website again to learn some more. So step 7, we have to set up parameter icons. We have to change them. So we have to click on parameter, and then we can change all of these. So step 8, click on the parameter, and what we want to do is click on the parameter and then go to parameter icons. And then since this one is called rotation, power, so we have to choose power. So you can scroll down and keep on finding power, and I'm just going to choose this one. And see here, there's power, because this is the power icon that's displayed right here for Ev3 in the Lego Mindstorm set. And we keep on changing them. And let's go rotation. Now we have to find rotations. So let's keep on searching. Yeah, I just found it. It's right here. So the rotation, it will pop up like so. And then let's change the last one for ultrasonic. So what they did was that they changed it to centimeters, and they did it something like this right here at the final result. And mine looks like this right now. And you can always change it by scrolling up and down in the parameter icon section. And I've clicked on the last one, and I'm going to do the same thing they did for measure centimeter, like so. And then it might take a while for you to find your desired one, but then you can always pause this video and continue to search for it. And click on the tab parameter icons if you have already. And we have done that. And repeat steps in A and press finish when you're done. So after all of that, we press finish right here. So let's press finish, and let's be done with this MyBlock. So let's press finish, and voila, we have made our MyBlock. And as here, there's a random thing right here, and you're going to learn what that's about for. So, let's go over here and do step 8. Add data wires. So what you want to do is you add your data wires, and so when you click finish on previous slide, you'll see this. You'll have this weird gray blocks, and 1 and 2, and then these gray blocks are our inputs and outputs, and they're set up automatically by the MyBlock builder. And wire up the MyBlock by dragging a data wire from every parameter to its corresponding spot on the move steering block and sensor block. So you'll put the rotations to the rotations and the speed to speed. So let's head on over and do that right now. So it might be a smart idea to create that and put the speed to the speed, as you see there, power, whatever, and take the rotations and put it next to rotations. And then you want to link these together. So the final result will look like that. And then what we want to do is we want to do step 9, which is where is the MyBlock? Well, this is where your MyBlock will be located. Your MyBlock will be located right here in this tab, the turquoise tab, and voila! Of the Move Ultrasonic MyBlock. And then what you want to do is you want to, below the same MyBlock is used twice, as you see here, and once to move forward 2 rotations and then backwards 5 rotations. And the same MyBlock can be used with different inputs and values, because you can change them right here with these different tabs and variables. So let's head on over to step 9. Editing your newly created MyBlock. So you can always edit it by clicking the settings button, and then you can change the name, add or delete parameters, etc. And then you can also change the speed right here and rotations or number of counts, whatever you decide to have as your input, and you can always change it right here without changing the whole MyBlock. And as always, it's been BuilderBro07. This is from the ev3lesson.com website. Be sure to check that out and build on. Have a great day and see you in the next video.